Hi everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my print project for December. My name is Denise, and in this part we are going to take our collage sheets from part 1 and make a caddy. Well, the caddy is already made for us. We're just going to take our prints and cover the caddy. Now, I got this from our local grocery store, Sobeys. They also carry alcohol. So they have these beer cans, tons of different flavors like beer and cider and stuff that you can buy in singles. So they provide these caddies for you to put them in and take them to the checkouts. So I decided to steal one from my husband, and I thought it would make a great project. So all I am doing is taking these gel prints and just cutting them to size so they fit and cover the caddy. And like I said in part 1, these prints weren't all that great, like on its own. But if you see here, like when they're cut up in smaller pieces, I love the look of them. And in the end, you will see how even better they look once they've been added to with stamping and stenciling and little bits of mark making. So this side piece is a little tricky, so I used my thumb to score along the edge of the cardboard. And now I am just taking my pencil and I'm tracing that angle so I get it just right. And I'm just using my paper trimmer to cut out the pieces of the paper because I am not the best at cutting straight lines. Straight lines and circles are not my thing. I love circles, but I cannot cut them out. And I can't do a straight line either. So for this angled piece, I'm so glad I realized it while I was doing it, because usually it's something I would think about after the fact. But once I cut it out and I had it against my caddy, I thought, hey, if I flip it, I can get the other side, and then I'll need 2 more for the other end. So I just took that one, and I'm going to cut 4 pieces, making sure to flip it for 2 of the pieces. So as you can see, I have all my pieces cut out and I've covered my entire caddy. And now it's time to have a little bit of fun with some stamping. So this is a Dina Wakley stamp called Funky Faces. And I've had it for quite some time, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's the first time that I've used it. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. I tend to do that. I get excited over getting the supplies, and then I get it, and I'm either busy doing something else or I totally forget that I have it. And yeah, I think that may be a sign that you have too much, right? But I love this stamp. And hopefully now that I've used it, I'll remember that I have it and use it more often. So I'm not looking for perfect stamped images. It's just creating more interest in the background. If you've watched any of my videos, you should know by now I do not go for perfection. And that I like grunge. It is a bit tricky getting that other in, but if you force the fold to go the other way, you can do it no problem. So now I'm taking a Dina Wakley stencil, and it's called Done is Better. And as you can see, it's not big enough to fit the whole thing, so I chose a section that I wanted for one side, and then I took the rest and put it on the other side of the caddy. Now I'm using some marine Dina Wakley paint and just a makeup wedge to apply the paint through the stencil. I'm doing the other side. And this is from a Dina Wakley stamp set. And I'm pretty sure I show the name after I've stamped it out. And that's some Hero Arts white, it's a white ink pad, I think it's called Unicorn. Oh, Bold Journal Elements, that was the name of the stamp set. You can't see it a whole lot, but again, it just adds to the background. So this is another Dina Wakley stamp, and it's from Funky Journal Shapes, and I'm using her paint in lime. I'm just using that makeup wedge again to apply the paint to the stamp, and I do make sure to clean my stamps after I've used it with paint. So I had leftover paint left, and I hate wasting paint, so I just took my finger and applied some paint on the Caddy. So now this is a Diane Reevely stamp set, and it's called Right Between the Lines. And I really like the scalloped design on that one, so I wanted to add it throughout. I did think of first going around like the frame of the box, but I had a feeling I would mess it up. So I thought I would just do it randomly. That way, if you kind of mess up, it kind of looks like you did it on purpose. So now I'm taking my white gel pen and I'm just highlighting the letters of the quote, and it makes it stand out so much more. And I do that on both sides. And then I take some colored gel pens and I color some of the stamped images and do some doodle marks throughout the whole Caddy. So now for the bottom, in order to keep it from collapsing, I'm going to get a piece of chipboard, and that's why I'm measuring the bottom. I'm just going to cut the chipboard to size, and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of the Caddy. And this will stop the Caddy from collapsing. And I used double-sided sticky tape around the edge of the piece of chipboard and some white glue on the entire piece. And that is it. It makes the base more sturdy and it keeps the Caddy from collapsing. So this Caddy can be used in a number of ways. Here I'm showing Tim Holtz collage papers. It holds them great. You could put pens, pencils, paintbrushes. I'm sure whatever you would like to use it for. Here I put my stapler and some scissors, and then this is like coloring on the other side with Copics and all that. It would even be great for kids and their crayons and markers and little craft supplies, and you could decorate the outside more kid-friendly. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and until next month, see you later. Bye.